Hey.
Welcome back.
What's up?
Yeah. Yeah. David followed my lead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
Guys, you might notice that Bean's not here, and that's intentional.
Yes.
She was not invited.
She wasn't invited. She can't hang.
Well, yeah, we've had a long and lengthy discussion. So yes. Anyways, David's here, and we have a really important matters to discuss, and I'm excited to get into it.
Yes. Yeah. So I'm. God, we don't know what we're doing.
I know what I'm doing. I don't know what you're doing.
All right. I'll steer this ship, I guess. Hey guys, welcome back. Hi. Hey.
Hello.
Hello. I don't think we know what we're doing. Okay, let's.
Nobody knows what they're doing, and we all just pretend.
Just a little cut.
You're cutting? You've been cutting again?
No. I'm talking to Brandon. Just a little.
Yeah, and that was called a riff, and I was trying to.
I've never riffed, but I shan't begin.
And
to.
I'm trying to.
And I shan't begin to.
I'm trying to improv here about you cutting.
An improv. Well,
anyway.
Okay, guys, welcome to the debut of our new show. The debut.
You just decided just now we have a new show.
We have a new show. This is the debut. We will fearlessly.
David Bew.
Thank you. We will fearlessly be.
David Bew. Sorry. Go ahead.
We will fearlessly be speaking now on a singer.
1989.
Give me a second. Let me cook. Welcome to the debut of our new thing. We will fearlessly be speaking now on a singer-songwriter that you may or may not have heard of before. And hey, listen, if I get some facts wrong, my face might get a little red. Okay? It might get a little red. But, we're going to be discussing someone. They're born in 1989. And we will be discussing their reputation, some of their lovers.
Oh.
Going deep into the lore, the folklore, even. And it'll probably be like a limited series. It probably won't go on for like super long. Probably not like ever more, It might take a couple midnights, though, to get through. But we are here to discuss the chairman of the Tortured Poets Department, a woman who is truly living the life of a showgirl, Taylor Swift. Yay. I had that pre-planned. Wow. That's my only pre-planned bit.
Wow.
Thank you.
I thought that was all off the dome.
It kind of was a little bit,
no, you rehearsed that.
But I rehearsed it a little bit. Thank you.
Really incredible stuff.
Thank you. I figured this is a singer-songwriter who is extremely popular and yet so not known. And I thought that was so interesting how, I know so much about a specific artist and they can be like, again, like one of the biggest artists of all time, and yet they can still be so like niche. I guess it kind of sort of speaks to like the modern state of like pop culture, and that like we are also like siloed into our different factions and our different niches and stuff like that. That, one of the biggest like stars, one of the biggest like hot topic names, like lots of people know her early music and stuff, but like a lot of people have not listened to anything more recent than like 1989, which was like 10 years ago. You know what I mean? Yeah. It's so interesting how a big star can be niche But I think a lot of this came about because, you know, you and I were talking, and it's like I know a lot about the deep lore, and there is deep lore to Taylor Swift's songwriting and music craft and lyric writing and stuff. There is like an ongoing narrative that happens from album to album to album.
Right.
And so many people don't know that.
Yeah.
They don't really like they know, you know, like they know like Shake It Off.
Right.
They know like even like Style, you know, they know these things or whatever, but the sort of the evil genius, the like crazy evil genius of Taylor Swift as like a marketing mogul is her ability to like, you can engage with her stuff on many different levels.
Right.
There's like, you can engage with her stuff on a casual level and be satisfied. And then if you are like rabid, you are also satisfied because she gives you so much like tea, lore, insight into so much shit going on in her life.
Right.
And I just think it's a deeply fascinating thing. And I've always I thought it would be really interesting to sort of like drop someone in the deep end and sort of go deep into it with someone and sort of like figure that out. So that's sort of like why I thought this might be an interesting like mini series for your Flopcast.
Yeah, for my Flopcast.
For your Flopcast. I'm taking over.
Well, and we know historically that you are a rabid Swiftie. Like,
yes, this
you
is
have left many a hate comment.
This is actually deep Strumpet radio.
It is, yeah.
Our lore.
It is.
Is that I'm the Swiftie.
You're the Swiftie.
And you guys hate Taylor Swift.
And we are big Taylor Swift haters, except that's not true. Bean doesn't speak for me.
Bean is a huge
She
hater.
Historically hates women.
She doesn't support women.
She doesn't support them at all.
Right. Like, I'm trying to think of like a woman that
She doesn't even know. She couldn't name a single
She's
one.
like so in the manosphere.
Yeah. Oh my God. That's actually why she's not here anymore.
She got way too far.
Pipeline.
She got way into the pipeline. Yeah. I mean,
it was hard.
She's
to
been
watch
teetering on that pipeline
for our entire friendship
for like
honestly.
decades.
Yeah.
Now.
So God, I love talking about someone that can't defend themselves. It's so funny. But yeah. So this is going to be a really fun adventure for us because it was only more recently that I realized that it wasn't a joke, that you were like a rabid Swiftie, that you like genuinely know all the lore.
Oh, yeah.
It was when you were talking to a roommate because she had a bunch of Taylor Swift stuff in her room.
Oh, yeah.
In her room that you were looking at.
Yeah.
And yeah, you were talking about it. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that you actually got into it. Like you got into the depths of it. Me, I have always cheated on the outskirts. Miss Swift I like her stuff. I've always liked her stuff.
Yeah.
I connected with it early because I was the perfect target demographic for it.
Yeah.
I definitely always felt a little ousted because just there was no chance in hell to like make it to any of her concerts. Like immediately, like it was like
fair.
Okay, so that's gonna be $10,000.
Yeah.
Like, early on. So I was like, okay, like I guess I'm never gonna get that into it because it's like once an artist is so unattainably big, it just kind of puts you off a little bit. And then also just like being in high school, I don't know, like there's definitely a certain kind of like the girls that I knew that were like really into Taylor Swift in high school were some of the worst bitches I knew. So I was like, okay, I don't really want to associate heavily with that.
Yeah.
But she's consistently made bangers. Like,
you can't deny
what
it.
am I gonna deny that?
Yeah, you can't deny it.
Am I gonna deny? No.
Well, and I think
absolutely not.
It's the strange dichotomy of Taylor Swift is somehow being like a girl who feels perpetually on the outside and yet is extremely popular.
And that's so relatable for me.
Yes,
personally,
exactly. But it's like, but the weird thing is that the thing is that like so many, again, like Mean Girls, really love Taylor Swift.
No, I mean it's a real phenomenon. Like,
it is, and we can't deny it. Like we need to contend with it.
Well, it's also such a human thing, which again I think that's part of Taylor Swift's consistent appeal is that it is so human to think of yourself as a constant victim and be that mean bully that
at the same time. Well, yeah, it's the Liz Lemon thing.
I was literally just thinking
it's the Liz Lemon thing. So, for those who aren't aware, there's an episode of 30 Rock the main character's name is Liz Lemon. She remembers her high school as being like being bullied, like being the nerd, and then she goes to a high school reunion and discovers she was the bully the whole time.
Everyone was trying to be friends with her, and she was just being a bitch.
And a lot of people on the internet that is true of.
Yes.
Many
people, including
me, you. Yeah, I think so. I've also like I would consider myself. I wouldn't say like I'm like a lifelong fan, but I've always been like a casual fan for a really long time. So my sister was like, she's an OG.
Right.
My older sister Amanda is like an OG.
She's been there.
Swiftie. She actually got into Taylor Swift through MySpace.
Excellent
She
work.
found our song.
Wow.
So Slam the Screen Door. She listened to that on MySpace and got into her.
That's real.
Isn't that crazy? So my sister's an OG, but she's definitely she likes the older stuff more than the newer stuff.
Sure.
Kind of a classic sort of thing, but that classic thing that you like. But she got Speak Now on CD for Christmas 2010, and I think that was kind of like the first time where I was sort of like, oh, like this is more than just Love Story.
Yeah.
This is more than just You Belong With Me.
We got something here.
There's something here. And I remember especially she like one time we were in the car or something and she was playing like Dear John or something. And my dad sort of just being like, what is up with this or whatever. And my sister's like, yeah, this is based off of, well, I just like, it was just like garbly goop. Now I know it's like that's John Mayer. And like there's like lore to this and all that sort of stuff. Like I didn't know that at the time, but I remember my sister explaining that to my dad or something equivalent to that to my dad and sort of being like, oh, there's like, and then I also remember her being like, no, every single song is based off of like either herself or someone else that she knows.
Right.
And being like, oh, that's different. Like I remember that really clicked in my brain as something very noteworthy and interesting.
Yeah.
So I kind of missed. We don't have to like go beat for beat, but like I kind of missed Red. Yeah. And then 1989 was huge when we were in high school.
Oh yeah.
It was so big when we were in
like
high school.
Freaking...
That was like her Imperial era, like truly like global superstar.
Yeah.
And then I've just sort of like I followed her albums casually for a long time, and then when I got onto TikTok, TikTok radicalized me into like an online.
It did for a lot of
Swiftie.
us. Yeah.
It really like because like I went from like a casual fan to like I know now too much.
Yeah. You're looking for the Easter eggs.
I'm looking for the Easter eggs. And in so doing, I have run into a lot of online Swift content creators. And I just have to say, I don't like most of them.
Dude, you're going to get ripped to shreds.
They're going to find most of them. I don't like most of them. I don't know what it is. I specifically remember there was this one girl. I don't remember. Like,
dox her.
I'm going to dox her. Yeah, I don't remember anything else about it. But I remember I was like, this was when I was like, there's lore, and I want to know the lore.
Yeah.
And so I was like trying to find like lore videos or whatever, and this like, it's so seared into my brain, like trying to watch a video of her like explaining like what each song on, I think it was Midnight's had just come out.
Okay. Yeah.
Like what the lore behind the songs were, because Midnight's is a very like self-referential album. It is very like it references her catalog a ton, and I was sort of like, what is going on here? Anyway, so I was like trying to do like research into it, and then I remember she was like, yeah, this song is a song about like she's like a girl boss, and she's always supported women, and she always will. And it was like she was talking about a song where in it she's like, chasing fame has led me nothing but an empty life. I was like, I don't think that's what that song is about, girl.
Might be the wrong reason.
Hey, like, hey, I don't know if that's not my read on that song. But anyways, so I've done my own research, and I've taken and you're
not vaccinated.
I am vaccinated because of TikTok.
And because of Taylor Swift.
So I figured I should make my own content.
Yeah.
Because like I don't like the Taylor Swift content.
You hate it.
And also I want to introduce an idea into our lexicon and also maybe the zeitgeist or something. So I come from a religious background. We all know this. This is deep David lore. So in the Bible. Oh. We're going to the Bible. So in the Bible, there are the 4 Gospels.
Okay.
And the Gospels are it's like the Gospel according to John, the Gospel according to Mark, or whatever. Okay, each of them talk about the life of Jesus, and it's like a different person's perspective on Jesus, or whatever. Okay, so I was raised Mormon. There's something very specific in Mormon. I guess maybe around the people I grew up around, this is what we would say. But a lot of times when someone would deviate from like, instead of just saying like, so there are like the bare essentials of like what, there's the doctrine, and then there's like your own personal opinion on how to interpret the doctrine. Okay. Right? Like there's like, you have your own thing. There's like the official statement and then like your own personal pet theory, right? Whenever someone would go off on like, this is my own personal pet theory, they would say, this is the gospel according to me. Okay. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So this is the gospel of Taylor Swift according to David. Right. According to me.
Another biblical name.
It is.
That's beautiful.
So it's kind of full circus. So this is...
Full circus?
First circus. First circle.
First circus?
This is my interpretation of the lore. Yeah. Because everybody people disagree.
The greatest scholars of our generation.
The greatest scholars of our generation. This is like, there is no consensus on like what every song means and what every song, and obviously like it's up to interpretation and yada yada. So this is the Taylor Swift lore through my lens, through my interpretation of it. Anybody who might be listening or watching, or even you might even disagree with like how I might interpret a song or the lore or how it might go. But this is just the gospel of Taylor Swift according to me.
According to David.
So yeah, I mean, this is like, everyone has a different. This is how we get like Taylor Swift is secretly gay. Conspiracy theories. Gaylor. Do you know what Gaylor? This is how we get Gaylors. By the way, Gaylors, D&I, do not interact. You are not safe in this space.
This is not a safe space.
This is not a safe space for you. Gaylors. And you will be...
And we will dox you, actually. If
I will call you out by name.
You will be doxed immediately.
Immediately. No. If you care about that, like, whatever, but that's not how I'm going to be interpreted.
That's crazy, though.
Hey, that is a little weird,
I've
bro.
never met a Gaylor IRL.
I have.
Well, of course you have. And it's like, it's one of those things where I'm like, I don't know how I'd react to somebody telling me that they fully believe the Gaylor, because I'm like,
yeah, it is. It did sort of. There were some weird years there where we were sort of like, something weird is going on with the lore, and none of us were quite sure what was going on. Yeah. So I could maybe stomach the gay allegations at the time when we were sort of like, okay, so she says she's in a happy relationship, but she keeps writing sad breakup songs. So like, what's going on there? Like,
there was something in the era of Tumblr where like, I could see a woman in her 20s writing these kind of songs about the same type of heterosexual relationship over and over again ending, and then other young people, particularly teenagers, really latching onto that and being like, this is comp het, I just know it.
Yes.
That's really different from like an adult like in their 30s still believing that to this day, when it's like, if she says she's in a happy relationship with this man,
we should believe her.
We should probably believe her.
Hey, I believe women.
And you heard David say it.
I believe women.
And you heard David say it.
I said it, and it needs to be said. So I think that sums that sort of up.
Yeah. D&I.
Do not interact. If you want to interact, like give us engagement, like go ahead, I guess.
Leave us as many hate comments as you want.
Please, I love those. But this is not a safe space for you.
Right. Just know you're not safe.
Just know we're not we're not in fellowship with you. But yeah, so we should also probably talk, like, both of us are pretty liberal. Like, we're both
Right. That's probably good to lay out.
We're both, like,
We're
especially
kind of part of the woke mob.
we're part of the woke mob. We like pronouns.
Oh, big on the pronoun. Heavy on pronoun.
Heavy on
She, her.
He, him. He, him.
Designating pronouns for other people.
He, him. So yeah, we're part of the woke mob.
Big time.
And we as such, we have to sort of like talk about like the ethical billionaire.
The ethical billionaire elephant in the room.
We kind of have to have that conversation, especially because I know for a fact that many of like at least one of your viewers, Sophie, is like sort of like, I don't like billionaires, so I can't get into that.
Is that something she said?
She literally said that to me.
Oh my god, that's
face.
so fun.
She literally did it. It was
to
incredible.
Your face.
It was incredible.
Honestly, very brave of her.
No, do it. Like, that's funny. I love that.
That's very brave.
So, like,
of her.
we have to sort of have that conversation.
I love that. No, that's actually and that's a good conversation to have, because that is often, I feel like that's the caveat missing from a lot of Taylor Swift discussion or lore.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell sometimes with like adults that enjoy Taylor Swift. I'm like, are you delusional?
Yeah.
Or are you engaging with art in the way that,
in a critical sense?
Yeah, in a critical sense, it's like healthy. And so yes, it's like obviously billionaires.
Like, not.
Let's not do that.
Hey, so like,
Have we considered taxing them?
have you considered like that maybe there's no ethical, like, you have to have you have to have like
We must
done some shit, like some bad shit, in order to have done that. Like, that's not good.
Yeah.
Hey, don't do that.
Let's not.
There's a exploitation maybe
Okay.
perhaps in that. I feel like I am not the person to have that conversation though. Like to have like a deep in-depth
Right.
conversation about it. I think the Taylor Lorenz video that she
Mm.
put out recently about Taylor Swift is like kind of perfect.
Yeah, actually, that's really
I really
true.
like, as a long-term fan of hers, like I have no notes
Yeah.
really. Like, I think most of what she and her guests say on that
Yes.
video. So look up Taylor Lorenz, Taylor Swift. That's a very good video.
Yeah, that kind of sums it up very
That kind
well.
of sums up everything. I feel like everyone's sort of had that conversation, but I want to talk about like, why should we engage with this if both of us are sort of like, I don't know if she's like an ethical person or a good person or like whatever. I think it's kind of a hard thing to articulate, but I will say that like Taylor Swift got famous, and her brand has always been like, I am going to speak to the like female experience.
Right.
And I think, you know, as her money has accumulated, she's sort of like gone further and further away from that.
Right.
But she is an interesting case study in like white feminism, in
sure.
white female privilege, in like how the system like brings down women, in the way that the system, like, Taylor Swift is like one of the most accomplished songwriters of our time, you know,
Right.
like one of the most well-known people, and yet there are still barriers for her to be considered a good enough artist.
Right.
You know, and that's sometimes it is up to like how people like subjectively feel about her art.
Right.
But it is also like, she's a woman, you know what I
Right.
mean? Like, there is like sexism going on
Right.
into like her inability to be taken seriously in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And I also think like, if someone who does something that I don't like, if they make art, I want to critically analyze that shit.
Right.
You know what I mean? I don't think this is not a one-to-one comparison, but like, I'm willing to engage with art made by like a Nazi. Do you know what I mean? Like, because I'm like, what does that say?
Taylor Swift Nazi?
I don't think she's a Nazi. Hey, I'm gonna say that at the top. I don't think I think she's currying a conservative audience right now.
Perhaps, yes.
But I don't think she's a Nazi. But like, if it, like, you know, Nazis made propaganda, they made movies. Those are still like, there's still something to like learn from it.
Right,
There is
right.
still something to learn from people. And I think also too, like, anyone can say, like, art is about expressing something, like a human emotion that is hard to articulate in just like in words. And I think anyone can create art that says something about the human experience, regardless of if that person is a good person or not.
Right.
And like, is Taylor Swift probably like a mean girl? Like, probably. Like, maybe. Everyone says she's very nice, but like, I don't know. But like, you know, is she like using her money ethically? Probably not.
Right.
Is she exploiting her fans? Yes.
Yeah.
Does she still make art that I think says something interesting about the human experience? Yes. Like, I don't think that those are mutually exclusive. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean, I think that like Taylor Swift too in particular is somebody that does garner a lot of intense, like, oh yeah, I don't consume art made by billionaires. Those are often the same people that do consume art made by billionaires and continue to enjoy food made by corporations that profit off of a lot of like bloodshed and stuff like that.
She's just the scapegoat.
Yeah, and it's not to say that, like, I think it's also perfectly respectable, like, you know, if you're like, I don't really want to, like, whatever, you know, that's completely understandable. If you don't like her weird conservative arc that she's taking,
that's fine.
That's understandable.
None of us are saying you have to like her art.
But I do think that, generally speaking, and in particular, there's just a lot of guys that I've encountered that really use the, like, well, she's a billionaire, I don't like music made by billionaires, as an excuse for them not liking female pop musicians. And not giving critical analysis to her actual music, because you can if you can give me a good reason why her music isn't that good, like, fair enough.
Let's have let's have that conversation.
But it's often just like, well, I don't like it.
End of conversation.
Yeah.
It just sort of it's a thought. What is it? A thought kill? Like I can't think of the phrase. A thought killer. Like, it just sort of like kills all conversation.
Yes.
It just sort of ends any conversation you might be having.
In particular, I remember even just kind of recently, there were a couple guys over here that were really trying to say that she got, oh my God, I messed up my hair. That she got famous from, like, I forget what they were saying some nonsense shit where they're like, well, it's just because her dad. And it was like, I don't know how to tell you how much fucking effort it takes to get famous, even with the help of like a parent. So again, you're not ready to have that conversation, and I'm not going to have it with you. But
an industry plant can't speak to millions of women
in
the way that Taylor Swift has.
People really love to be like industry plant or nepotism, and it's like, hey, those are great things to discuss, like in terms of inequity.
Yeah.
But that's not what we're talking. When I'm saying I like Taylor Swift, and you're like, well, she's only famous because of her dad, I'm like, actually, I fear you are totally wrong.
I fear you are way off base. And like, was she given an an unfair advantage compared to like other people? Like, yes.
So was every white person.
Yes.
So
like, let's have that.
Let's have that conversation.
It's a whole thing. Like, I think
racism is a whole thing in this country.
It is. It is. Am I wrong?
And it's not to say that it's not worthy, but yeah, it's like when it comes to the conversation of like, let's analyze Taylor Swift's album, and you're like, let's not because she's a billionaire. I'm like, okay, I don't know what to tell you. Don't use Spotify. Delete your Spotify.
Hey, let's wake that up. Let's wake that up. Well, I think also, like, yeah, I mean, Kris Jenner recently had her birthday party or something like that. Like, a lot of your faves were there. Taylor Swift wasn't there.
I heard they were there.
But a lot of your faves were there.
A lot of your faves were at Jeff Bezos's Italy wedding.
Yes, a lot of your faves were there. But why is Taylor Swift the person that we put on the stake? I don't think that doesn't mean that she isn't worthy of criticism, but like, why is she the one? Also, like, there's so much shit where it's just like, she was at a football game and she took a photo with a MAGA supporter, and it's just sort of like, is she supposed to ask everyone who they voted for that she gets a photo with? Like, there's just a lot of scrutiny given to like one person, and I fear it's because she's a woman in a lot of cases. Again, like, not that there isn't criticism to be lobbied.
Women can be evil too.
Women are, I think women are evil sometimes.
Actually, all of them.
No, I think women sometimes they are
David
as
Pugh.
Yep, that's right. Quote me on that. I think they are just as capable of bad things as any man, and you know, like,
and
yeah,
that's feminism.
and that's feminism.
No, but I think what you're saying makes sense, because it's just like, yes, at the end of the day, many criticisms to be had, but we know that.
Yeah, both of us are engaging with this on a, like, we're not just sort of mindlessly, like, we're not like lobotomized.
Well,
like fan.
You might not be.
Well, yes, but we're not just sort of like you know, Instagram Reels slop, like those those just like stupid podcast people who make mindless content. We want to engage with this in a critical lens.
Right.
Like, we want to sort of be like, was that ethical? Was that right of her to say that there? We should also probably say, when The Life of a Showgirl came out, I sent Susie a text that I stand by it. It was literally, so we had hung out the night before, and I was really excited about it. And I was I like was mentioning it to people. I was like, oh, it's gonna come out tonight. Like, it's gonna come out tonight or whatever. And then I actually, literally, after we hung out, I went home and I was listening to it, like, on the way back. Yeah. And then by myself. And then the next morning I sent you a text and I was like, album so bad that I have become a certified hater.
Certified hater.
Certified hater.
And I was like, holy crap.
It's crazy because it was kind of, because we had been talking about this podcast for a second.
We had.
And then suddenly this album comes out and I'm like, oh no.
You were like, maybe we cancel that.
Maybe we can't do this because I don't know if I can engage with this.
Maybe it's canceled.
Oh, good thing I like my friends canceled. That is one of the most... you would. Thank you, Brendan. That is
would. That was the reference.
I got
the
it.
Other song.
No, I
ding,
got
ding,
it.
Ding, ding, ding.
Trust me, I got it.
Travis Kelce's
Redwood Tree.
Redwood Tree.
It ain't hard to see. Unfortunately, song sounds nice at the very on my ears when it comes to music. But anyways, canceled is one of the most embarrassing things I think she's ever, like, so humiliating. Being a Swiftie at a certain point, like, really is a humiliation ritual for me. And it becomes harder and harder every year for me to, like, stand by my girl or whatever. But you
and my girl's using so many fossil fuels that the earth is
dying.
Dying.
Yeah, see, you know, I was okay with that, but then you make cringe art. And I'm just sort of like, never mind.
That's too far.
That's you know, I can excuse bad fossil fuels, but I draw the line at cringe art. No, I mean, there's like, you know, there's like 2 or 3 songs that are okay.
Yeah.
On Life of a Showgirl, but it is really bad.
It was so funny, the timing that an album that was like, oh my goodness, this is certainly
an album.
Like, and the thing is, I was sort of expecting to have an initial, like, oh, okay. Like, every album I listen to on the first listen, I don't really know how I feel about it initially. Yeah. But, like, I think specifically because Canceled and Eldest Daughter were on this album, I had a really tough time with it. And I know that the other songs, you know, there's, like, things to like and not like about it, but particularly those 2 songs to me
are egregious.
Were like, I'm like, it would have been a fine album, but you really said I'm gonna do something, and then that something was
bad. Just
like make me so embarrassed to like be listening, because what I'm worried about, and this is such a dumb, stupid thought, I'm like, this is gonna show up on my Spotify Wrapped. People are gonna know I listened to this album.
Yeah.
And that's embarrassing for me.
Yeah.
I don't want to be associated with that.
Spotify Wrapped will be dropping any day now.
And you know what? I might not be posting mine.
Yeah.
I might not be posting mine.
Mine has, I mean, yeah. Taylor Swift has kind of always been number 1 on my Spotify Wrapped for a couple of years now. And this year in particular feels particularly like, oh no. That's going to be really embarrassing.
Well, because, you know, we're all leaning towards conservatism and fascism. And what if we are too by listening to Taylor Swift?
Yeah.
That's my concern.
And I don't know. I think that there's still like something there.
Yeah,
there is something in this music that is worth. It's been, like the old stuff didn't go away.
Mm-mm.
And also, it did sort of make me want to reframe this entire podcast.
Right.
It really made me rethink a lot of it. I think, the initial idea was just sort of me being like, let me introduce you to the lore, to information about. Let's listen to her. I want to make you listen to the albums for the first time. I want to get your opinion. I want to talk about this. And I think that's still true, but I think an added element that I think will maybe be an arc for me is sort of like what brought me to her in the first place. Was it always this bad?
Right.
And have the signs always been there and I wasn't paying attention, or have I been giving her too much of the benefit of the doubt? Have the signs of I don't like this in the way that I viscerally did not like Life of a Showgirl was has that always been in the art the whole time, and I wasn't I was blind to it for various reasons,
right?
Or is it what is the difference between what she's making now and what I didn't like in what she just made?
Yeah,
I think my opinion is that she isn't creating conflict in her songwriting on Life of a Showgirl.
Right.
The thing about Taylor Swift is that she got her start as a country singer, and her roots are in the singer-songwriter. So we're talking about this is a long storied institution. It's a music thing. We have James Taylor and who she's named after, by the way.
Right.
And I don't know, Bob Dylan, a lot of other famous, Dolly Parton in a lot of ways. The sort of the lone singer songwriter, them and their guitar, 3 chords. Right. I'm gonna tell you a story about life, and that's where her roots are in. That's where she started. I mean, the appeal of Taylor Swift initially was I'm a teenage girl and I'm in the country music scene.
Right.
And I'm going to speak about the things that teenage girls are thinking about, worrying about, and doing.
Right.
And I'm going to give voice to that. I'm going to make music specifically about that experience. And, over time she's become a mainstream pop singer, and she, makes dance music and whatever else.
Right.
She's been through many phases of stuff, but at her core, there's always been there is a story happening in my song. We start in one place, we end in another place. I sing the verse or I sing the chorus one way, and then the second time I come back to the chorus, it has a new meaning.
Right.
There's always something there, and I fear that Travis Kelce has become a part of the brand.
Right.
He is a brand.
Right.
In the way that she is also a brand. And I fear that because he is such a face, he has a public facing thing, she can't say anything bad about him or their relationship, and so the music lacks conflict.
Yeah.
And it's really just sort of everything is perfect now, I'm happy, nothing is wrong. And I don't think that it's bad for her to write happy music. I don't want Taylor Swift to be sad all the time. I want that to be clear. I like her when she's happy. I like a lot of songs off of Lover. Right. And you compare the lyric writing on Lover to the lyric writing on Life of a Showgirl, and it's just it's not even. I mean, some of the songs on Showgirl are a little better than some of the songs on Lover.
Sure.
Lover does have me.
Hey.
It does.
Hey, don't disrespect her all-time greatest hit. Please, David.
It's not one of her better lyric writing songs. Let's just call a spade a spade. But
to you, maybe.
But some of those love songs, I mean, the lyric writing, there's conflict, there's a story, there's something there.
Yeah.
I will say, I think I don't think it was. I think this album is also extremely jarring to come from off of the last couple albums, because for better or for worse, I think her last major relationship brought out a lot of insecurity
Right.
for her. And I like a month or so ago, I was re-listening to Midnights, and I was like, oh my god, where did this woman go?
Who
is this woman?
Who is this woman?
Who's saying like, it's me, I'm the problem, it's me,
Right.
like where is this woman who is like, and again, like, I don't want her to write from that place of insecurity again, but that level of self-awareness that she had on that album is so like, it's crucial. And then like you look at Tortured Poets, and it's just like, maybe I'm not crazy about like how all of the songs sound, but the lyrics are crazy on that. Like, and she was going through a lot, it seems like. And then it's just sort of like, and I found a guy and all my problems are gone.
Right. Yeah.
And it's just like, I don't believe that.
Sort of the antithesis of everything she's ever written about previously.
It feels disingenuous.
Yeah. I think you summed it up really well by just like the fact that Travis Kelce is such a public figure and brand, and his brand is that he's like a nice, chill guy.
Yeah.
Like, it's like
he's uncomplicated.
Yes. And so it makes sense that, like, when she's dating another artist or another musician, that she could be a little bit more like, it's tough because we're both artists. But it's like, if your fiance has a brand, he has his own podcast where he's like a good dude, that's his brand. It's like, of course you wouldn't be able to talk about like your own insecurities and the complicated like feelings you have about the fact that you are still so much more famous than he ever will be, but that she's also like kind of diminishing her own her own significance because he's football man, woman.
And I think I'm sure they're happy. I believe it.
Yeah, no, I mean they genuinely see. I mean, it could be all a front, but they genuinely seem like they
are fine, are a fine couple, a nice because couple, especially coming off the heels of the last couple of relationships. It seems, if we are to believe the things that Taylor Swift writes in her music, if they are true, it seems like a lot of her like most recent relationships, a lot of the guys have not been able to handle that she's so famous.
Yeah.
They haven't been able to handle like the fame monster, and Travis Kelce can handle that.
Seems like it.
It seems like he is in the race with her. Yeah. He's just as in the limelight as her. So it just seems a little. I don't know. It's just interesting. I think that again, like they seem like a nice couple, and I'm sure there are complications in that relationship, but I think she's just afraid of saying that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think also when that album was written, it was pretty early in their relationship.
I would have to imagine because it gives the vibe of an early relationship because I think you do get dumber and like when you're like because I mean your brain is like flooded with hormones that are happy hormones like you're not paying as much attention to the things that are hard and nuanced and complicated about loving someone and accepting all of their flaws and all of their problems as your own problems now.
Yeah.
So it's like that would also make sense that like we're all witnessing her like engagement and her commitment to this person as something that we know she's wanted but hasn't done before, and it's like, wow, what is that like? And then she releases this album where she's like just singing about really superficial milquetoast takes on a happy relationship, and it's like, okay, but there's more to that, right? Like, so I think that would make sense. It's like early relationship stuff and a fear of tapping more into it, and maybe that's fine. It's actually fine if you don't want to give too much of your personal life away. Have you considered taking a break? Have we considered giving it some time?
We do need to talk about how like the reason there's lore. I mean, the lore is her life. You know what I mean? Like the Taylor Swift lore is her life. So, when this sort of all started when she first came onto the scene, she was a diaristic singer-songwriter. So she's writing from.
She's writing from diarrhea.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Wow. Yes, that was a really epic joke, by the way.
So you can actually just keep talking.
Okay, I know I wanted that to land like a wet fart.
Oh, so like you mean the way you say everything?
Thank you. So anyways,
Thank you.
She's a diaristic artist. So she spills her guts. She just expose you.
You're not defeating the diarrhea allegation.
I'm really not. She
spills her guts into the toilet.
Into the toilet. No, she shares her diary with everyone. And we know all of her little secrets and all of her mistakes that she's made in past relationships.
Right.
And, it started with her first album. What she started doing was in the lyric booklets, she would leave little secret messages. Do you know about this?
A little bit, not in depth.
Well, and we have some newbies
Right.
Yeah. So with her first album, in the lyric booklet, she would sometimes leave specific words in the lyrics of songs capitalized. So a random T and then, an A and then whatever to spell out a secret message. And a lot of those secret messages would let you know about a little bit of what inspired the song. So it would be the name of the guy that she had a crush on, or I'll never forget when how we first met, or it'll be the name of the place that they met at, or these little things like that. And then as she started writing more songs, she started upping the game a little bit more with each album and with each thing. It was not only is she sort of leaving secret little messages in the booklets and stuff, they were in the lyrics of the songs too.
Right.
I think one of my favorite ones to point out to people who don't know anything about Taylor Swift's lore, this is my favorite thing to bring up to people. It's so funny. Everyone has heard the song Style.
Right.
Everyone knows that song, right? And that's a banger. That's untouched.
Big time.
Bulletproof pop.
Yeah.
Perfect pop song. But very few people realize that song is about Harry Styles. Style. It's in the name.
That's the name, love.
It's in the name. People listen to that song and they have no idea.
Right.
But that kind of shit is in a lot of her songs.
Right.
There are these little things where it's if you know, you know.
Right.
But if you don't know, you can just engage with it and have fun.
You can listen to it.
You can listen to it and be oh, this is a fun song. The problem with Torture Poets is that you need to have a level 10. You need to be super deep.
You need to have that college degree Miss Swift doesn't have herself.
Yes, you do. In order to have any clue about what the fuck is happening on that album. It really is indecipherable. A lot of those songs can be. Even I'm super deep in it. I don't even fucking know what the first song is about.
Oh,
Fortnite on. I have no idea what that song is about. It's so weird. It's such a strange song.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's supposed to kind of make whatever. That's a different conversation.
Conversation.
The point is, it started to become a whole thing, especially when she released her album Reputation. That became, oh my god, when she released the Look What You Made Me Do music video. Oh my god, that music video is just Easter eggs and references to her past career. That whole the shirts that they're wearing reference a paparazzi photo of her ex-boyfriend. Just there's so many it just is this on top of this on top of that. And it really has formed a cottage industry, a small cottage industry of small creators being this song is about this,
breaking
and it references
down,
this. But yeah, I think Reputation was one of the first times, that album was one of the first times where she was I'm going to reference past eras. I'm going to reference past albums. That was one of the first times she really, anytime an era would end, she kind of wouldn't acknowledge it. there would be threads and ideas from album to album or whatever. But with Reputation, she really she was really in the weeds, letting us know all that kind of stuff. But it just sort of grew from there. But right around Reputation, she started a long-term relationship. I also want to say too, just real quickly too, when we discuss lore, we don't know any of these people in real life. I don't know Taylor Swift personally, and I don't know anybody that she's dated personally. When I'm talking about these people, I'm talking about the character in the song,
Right.
in the music. So like we're talking about like written Taylor Swift as she presents herself, and her exes as she presents them, right? Those characters, not like the real person.
Yeah.
But she got into a long-term relationship around Reputation, and she stayed in that relationship up until Tortured Poet. So that's about 5 albums.
Yeah.
And in that time, she released all these albums with all this stuff, and we were really sort of like scratching our head with a lot of those albums when they were first coming out, especially like people with deep lore, understanding of the lore. We were just sort of like, okay, like this seems a little strange. Doesn't really make a lot of sense. This sort of like is contradicts things that you've said in the past, perhaps, or whatever. And then especially with like Midnight's, we were all sort of like, we thought Midnight's the album was about one thing. And then it turns out it was about something completely different, as it turns out. Midnight's, we will talk about.
We will get there.
We will get there. But by the time we're at Tortured Poets, it's like, oh, the past 5 albums suddenly like are painted in a completely different light.
Right.
And I just find that so fascinating. Like, I don't know a lot of other like artists where it's like, oh, the last like 10 albums that you've put out suddenly are I'm listening to them in a completely different way than I was before. It completely like recontextualizes everything, and I thought that would just be an interesting place to sort of like start our podcast and sort of like go deep into it.
I love it
because I think that there's a lot of shit going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
And on first listen, you might be like, what the hell? So I kind of wanted to give you the experience of listening to the albums and then having someone explain to you what the hell is going on.
I love it.
Giving you sort of the insight that like 5 years ago I would have appreciated.
Yeah.
5 years ago I didn't understand the intricacies of that long-term relationship, and she was obfuscating a lot of it and she was hiding a lot of it, and now we know the truth.
The truth has been revealed.
The truth has been revealed, and I want to give you that experience.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
So
follow along for our journey, you guys.
Follow along our journey. We're going to start with folklore.
Folklore.
Because I figured that would just be like an easy entry point. We could have started from the beginning, but like
it's a lot.
It seems like a lot, and I honestly we could have started with Reputation, but I figured let's just start with folklore.
Nice.
We especially need to start folklore because I need to listen to Evermore as soon as possible.
ASAP.
If I don't listen to Evermore in the next month,
you're gonna kill yourself.
Something spiritually evil will occur to me.
It hasn't happened already?
Life has done that to me.
Fucking got you.
So many ways. Something spiritually evil will occur.
Yeah. No, I agree.
Evermore is a winter album. I need to listen to it while it is winter. So follow along. We will be listening. The plan is we will listen to the album, and then we'll talk a little bit about the album ahead of time.
Yeah.
We'll listen to the album. We'll come back. We'll discuss it.
We'll reconvene,
and we'll have a little kiki about it. So if you're interested, you can follow along with us too. Any sort of engagement we appreciate.
Please leave us hate comments below, especially Gaylor fans.
Oh my God, yes, and
not a safe space.
It's not a safe space for you. Please engage with us. We need it. We need it bad. So thank you.
Thank you guys.
Thank you. See ya. Bye.
This has been a Brendan Sauer production.